Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in for everything we have to cover, because I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys that I've been talking about since April as it was going down to its most recent low. It's bounced up nearly doubling and it's pulled back again, and this is a stock that has a 200 to 300% upside potential depending if it continues pulling down, and right where it's from it can go up to 200% plus, right? So before we look at that chart, I just want to share with you guys the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. If that's something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. Today was a phenomenal day. For the first time ever, I have found an opportunity at its highest point in the single same day, 300% plus, guys. It almost 4x, like nearly. So this was spectacular from its highest point of possibility since we mentioned it. My highest before this was about 120% in a single day. This is the first time I ever found an opportunity this big of 300% plus. This is not seen every day, but let's talk about the stocks I mentioned this morning. So I mentioned IMNM, I mentioned ENZ, and I talked about NURO, guys. Now these three stocks were the ones I mentioned in the pre-market. IMNM gave us about 20% plus at one of its highest points after dipping, and ENZ gave us small jumps of 3 to 5%, 5 to 10%. And NURO was the home run of the day, guys. This was phenomenal. We talked about this one in the pre-market. Right after the bell, it had a lot of volatility and it gave us 10 to 20% jumps, and it pulled up, pulled back down near those lows of the opening market and just took off the rest of the day, giving 100% in just about an hour after that dip. Pulled back down, took off again, almost 200% plus, pulled back down, continued, and I mean the highest point of the day throughout all the volatility was 300% plus. Now this doesn't happen every day. This was spectacular, and it's impossible to ride this all the way up, but out of that 300% plus, this is how I look at it. There's a piece of a pie that I'm going to take, right? It's all about the entry and the exits and looking for the momentum and going ahead and maximizing the opportunity. This was phenomenal, guys. This is our home run of the day. For me, a home run is 20% plus on one single day in just a few hours or minutes. This was 300% plus, almost nearly 400%. I mean, this was worth almost about, I would say, 30, 40 days of home runs in one single day. This was spectacular, guys. This was something that is unusual, but not impossible, because you could see it there in the screen happening. So if you guys want to know what stocks I mention every single day and I look at daily, and also become part of a growing community of investors looking to learn and grow together, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and we look forward to having you join us. So the S&P 500 index, right, is pulled back and jumped back up. So this is a great time to know of stocks that have potential in the future and are looking like an opportunity, right? So today I'm going to share with you guys a stock that has a 200% opportunity from where it's at based off analysis ratings, and also 300% if it goes back down to the most recent lows. So what stock is that? This is a stock I talked about since April 17th. I even talked about it a little bit before that, and it is PLUG, plug, guys. This is a stock that is part of beneficiary of the infrastructure plan that could happen, right, of trillions of dollars towards green energy and innovation, and plug falls in that category, right? This is a growth stock, innovative play. So this is not an investment for literally today or the next day or weeks from now. This is months from now, years from now, and the opportunities are here. We've seen the strength in the charts of what it's capable of, right? Because it's hit highs here of almost $70 plus, and it's been pulling downwards. And as we started watching at these levels, I was looking at the MACD, the RSI on the daily at that time, and it had room to fall downwards. I was looking at $24 at the time as a typical support level, and it actually broke through that, went a little bit lower than that, and we're going to look at that in just a moment, how it's behaved since then. And this is the price targets at the time, guys. So I talked about plug before, and I had stated everything about it and how I felt about it, and these were the price targets at the time. $78, the average was 57, and the low was 29. 9 buy, 4 hold, 1 sell. So what we're going to look at now is what our analysis price targets saying now, how the chart looks now, and what to expect moving forward, because this is a growth play and innovative play, and that huge infrastructure plan at some point will reflect in the charts of not just this company but the whole sector overall. But Plug Power is no little dog. It's a pretty big dog in its sector and niche. So when I talked about it, was way back in April 17th, right? It pulled down, hit lows here of 23.80, and at the time, right, $24 and some change, like I stated, that I was looking at as a support at that time. It was down here at 24.70. That was one of the lowest points. It broke through it and bounced off. So this gave a decent swing trade opportunity of 10 to 20%, and that was great because that's what I usually look for on small moves. But that was a great entry as well for a long-term opportunity. But then it pulled right back down. This is where things got more interesting and had become even better, because in May it pulled downwards, and let's just say $23, $24 is my average cost as an investor, right? And I didn't just swing trade it, I held it, and it's going downwards, and it went to 21. I averaged down, and whatever in between that, I'm at an average cost of probably $24 to $21, anywhere in that range. Jumps back up, pulls back down, hits a low here of $17, $18. So if I liked it at 23, 24, 21, I'm going to love it even more here, and my average cost goes down, and probably I bring my average cost below $20, right? Just an example. And it ran back up to $36, nearly doubling if I was able to bring down my average cost to $19 or $18. That was nearly 100% plus jump. Now it's been pulling back downwards, and this is where things get interesting because we're really close to $27, $24. We've seen how it's reacted at those levels. That's the last time I mentioned it and started watching it. And now what I'm really looking for is it going to double bottom and make another opportunity closer to the low 20s or below 20? But what are analysis ratings saying now? That's what really has my attention. So the high end of this stock has not changed, but the buy rating went up by 1. There's 4 hold and just still 1 sell. So there's more ratings, number 1, and more to the buy section than anything else. And the low went down a little bit by $2. The average went down a little bit by a few dollars, but the high stayed the same. So that conviction to the highest range is still there. And it's possible. You know why? Because the charts themselves have shown it. Like, we've seen this go all the way up to $75 and some change. So 78 is just a few dollars away from that. And if a lot more of these ratings of analysis are to the buy section than anywhere else, and one was added, and it still shows a high of $78 throughout this whole volatility, that goes to show that there is a 200% plus opportunity based off the high section of these analysis ratings. Now, if it pulls back down to the lower 20s or even below 20, this has an opportunity to be able to go up to 300%, 400% from these levels, guys. So this is definitely a stock to do more research on, to do more due diligence, understand the sector and niche, the innovation, the potential behind it, and also the investors that are interested in this type of clean, quote unquote, energy and how it plays a role in the clean energy infrastructure plan and where it could fall. Because Plug Power, like I stated, it's not a small company. You're not investing in today. You're not investing directly into the next day or week or month from now. You're investing into the future and long-term potential of this stock. So let's just say, for example, as an investor, because this is how I invest, and I'm going to share with you guys what it is that I share over at the Patreon when I'm talking about, the stock market and emotional intelligence series. I talk about different stocks and how I approach them based off the charts and stuff like that. So let me give you guys just a little bit of insight. And this is something that you can learn more about if you're interested in joining and watching those videos. So when a stock is pulling downwards, I'm actually excited looking for the best opportunity to buy the dip. No one knows the bottom, but buying a dip at that time or at that moment is a very accomplishment. It's a very successful move as an investor, because at the time that I talked about it, it was bouncing back from a dip, went down to a new dip, and that's the newest dip that we knew for the last several months. Just look at the chart here, right? And then it went back down. So if you liked it at these levels as an investor, or myself, let's just say as an example, I gotta love it even more at these levels. And then once it bounced back up, I make a decision, swing trade it, hold my position, or whatnot, right? Depending on how it goes. Now, the fact that it's coming back down, right? Let's just say that this is the lowest it goes. It doesn't go any lower, or it does pull back and it goes towards the low 20s or below 20s. If I've been holding the same position from here and here that I've averaged down, and I'm at like $20, $19, $18 per share, this is an opportunity to keep my average cost low, so that when the next time it runs back up, I'm holding the same position. I added more to it, and if it comes right back down, another buying opportunity, right? I've done that with PLTR and many other stocks that I've shown you guys, and I'm going to show you guys the chart right now for PLTR so you can see what I'm talking about. But this is what it's all about: keeping your average cost low and adding more to your position than you thought you could have, because the opportunity is getting even bigger, because analysis ratings still point this one to the upside, guys. So that is something to be aware of, not to be in a rush to just want stocks to go up like this, especially when you're trying to build a position or a portfolio. So what is the example that I'm talking about with PLTR? So keep in mind, this video is all about plug and why you want to add this to your watch list and the potential that it has. So when I talked about PLTR, guys, way back when it was actually sitting at these levels right here, this was the point of time where I talked about it. And all this right here between $20 and $21, those bottoms were all opportunities to keep your average cost down, go through the volatility, add to your positions, and on this dip, make it even a bigger opportunity. And guess what? It ran up. At that point of running as an investor, I would have to make a decision to either say, am I going to swing trade this after a few months and weeks, or am I really looking to hold this long term? And if it dips again, I'll buy more. And if it keeps on running, I'll make a decision after that if I have to average up or just stay with the position that I had so far. Well, it just recently came back down and it touched the $20, $21 mark. So it all goes back down to that average cost opportunity, guys. Throughout the whole volatility, you got to stay disciplined, right? And that's where maximizing opportunities comes into play. Plug is at that position that I will start watching it again, paying close attention to it, and based off analysis ratings, it has a 200% to 300% plus opportunity. If you guys learned something new and you find this helpful and informative, don't forget to press that like button to let me know you watch this video. Share this with a friend so they receive this insight as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a first-time viewer coming across the channel. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post, so you can stay up to date on all the stocks that I talk about and watch. And if you want to know live updates on the stocks I'm watching and my weekly watch list, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and we look forward to having you join us. Stay tuned.